Why hello again, and welcome to the third instalment of Spooky Storytime with me, Vicky, from Pals Athena. Tonight we will discuss The Summoning, and if you have not seen the film Hereditary, I would really suggest not watching this as it contains a lot of spoilers. So pour a drink, sit back and enjoy. I was initially sent over a song by James that was just guitar, bass and drums. The Summoning is quite a heavy song with a lot of black and death metal elements, and initially I really struggled how clean vocals were going to fit over it, and I just couldn't think of anything really well and truly stuck. And I had to put the song on pause for a while until something sparked inspiration. A few weeks later we went to see the film Hereditary, and we did this as a band. We also went to watch the other Ari Aster film that came out, Midsummer, which I would really like to put into a song, but as a band we enjoy his films and go and see them together. And as soon as the film had finished I knew I had to write a song about it, and this is how the lyrics for The Summoning came about. Hereditary is a modern horror film directed and written by Ari Aster, with elements of the paranormal, occultism, folk horror and demonology. The film has many amazing characters, but the two on which I focused on when writing the lyrics for The Summoning were the grandmother and King Paimon. It is revealed in the film that the recently deceased grandmother of the family was a member of a cult devoted to summoning King Paimon. It's not really stated in the film what the grandmother's motives are for summoning him in the film, so I took some liberties in interpreting her motives in The Summoning. For me personally, I believe that when writing and performing lyrics, it's really important to understand the character's motive so that you can actually tell a story with it and give it dimension and understand what it is that they're trying to seek out and do. In The Summoning, the protagonist's motives in the song are that she feels trapped by her current life, which is falling apart around her. She seeks to summon Paimon to release her from her current state and transform her life. So when coming up with lyrics and a concept, I started by doing my research on Paimon first and found the following text. Lenan tasa yedan Paimon, which is a demonic ends. Demonic ends are used in the summoning of specific entities. They are a way of inviting them to you and of offering them praise and admiration. They are not directly translated from any language in particular, but instead are a conglomeration of ancient languages, which when mixed, I personally believe take on quite a Latin feel. There is no specific way to pronounce ends, and the idea is that you take on whatever pronunciation and rhythm feels organic, natural and authentic to you in order for the summoning to work and for the entity to manifest. I have quite a lot of extensive experience of singing in Latin, so for me a Latin pronunciation and rhythm felt organic and natural when recording this song. The demonic ends is chanted throughout the song until it culminates into the highest note of the song, a D6, and the song ends. Historically, chanting has been used in music to reinforce meaning, and especially when summoning an entity, repetition is important because the more you repeat something, the more powerful it grows and the more it will come to fruition. The extremity of the lead vocal line here is used to suggest that the summoning has worked and the entity has taken hold. So who exactly is King Paimon? In scripture, he was a fallen angel who prior to his fall was in the angelic order of dominations, meaning he ruled over legions of lesser angels. Apparently conceited with his own knowledge and power, he decided to abandon God and fall with Lucifer. This is the sigil of King Paimon. Sigils are images or pictures depicting a particular entity and are used in magic to set the intention of which entity you are trying to summon. So for instance, if you wish to summon Paimon, you would draw the sigil just seen as a part of the ritual. He features in many grimoires throughout history, the most well known of which being the Lesser Key of Solomon, published anonymously in the 16th century. He features in the Ars Goetia section of the book as the 9th listed demon. A grimoire is essentially a spell book and features listings of demons as reference for the individual using the spell book, with all the relevant information the individual would need in order to summon the demon through a practice called Goetia. and I'm probably not saying that right, I'm really sorry. He is described in the lesser key as a great king and very obedient unto Lucifer. He appeareth in the form of a man sitting upon a dromedary with a crown most glorious upon his head. A dromedary is a camel. There goeth before him also a host of spirits, like men with trumpets and well-sounding cymbals and all other sorts of musical instruments. He hath a great voice, and roareth at his first coming, and his speech is such that the magician cannot well understand it, unless he can compel him. This spirit can teach all arts and science and other secret things. He can discover unto thee what the earth is, and what holdeth it up in the waters, and what mind is, and where it is, or any other thing thou mayest desire to know. He giveth dignity, and confirmeth the same. He bindeth or maketh any man subject to the magician, if he so desire it. He giveth good familiars, and as such can teach all arts. He is to be observed towards the west. He is of the order of dominations. He hath under him 200 legions of spirits, and part of them are of the order of angels, the other part of potentates. Now if thou callest this spirit Paimon alone, thou must make him some offering. He has also been recorded as appearing in a female form, and offer those who worship him very good familiars. Like many other entities, he will give back to those who treat him with respect and courtesy, and prefers to be addressed as King Paimon, as a mark of respect for his station. There are actually various accounts on the internet of people who have summoned him today, and have described him as polite and pleasant as long as he is treated as he wishes, with respect. When doing research for this song, I actually came across one particular account of an American woman who summoned King Paimon, which states that he is a fan of dark mint chocolate and good wine as offerings. The depiction of King Paimon as the giver of power, knowledge and secrets, and a commander of armies and empires is described in the lyrics of The Summoning. Our protagonist cannot bear to be trapped in her current situation and wishes to be liberated through the summoning of King Paimon. He can offer her all the power, wisdom, and secrets of the universe to transform her life and take her away from where she is currently. I'm extremely glad I decided to watch Hereditary, because not only is it an amazing film, but it's introduced me to King Paimon as an entity and who he really is. I'm not interested in the summoning of entities or asking them for any favours, but I think it's extremely enlightening and interesting to learn about the personality and the history behind the image of something that's just conceived to be dark and malevolent and demonic. I think it's certainly enlightening to learn what we could perceive as being evil is actually an entity that, for all accounts, grants those who treat him with respect and courtesy with all they could ever ask for. Whether you believe in demons or not, there's a lot of information out there on the internet from scriptures, demonologists, and from people who have allegedly summoned the entities themselves. So if that's something that you're interested in and would like to research, I really would recommend using the internet as a tool, because there's a lot of good resources out there. To some, it might seem to contradict the mass settings that we have written, but to me, it's all part of the same canon of Western Christianity. Angels and demons are alike in that they are all non-human entities belonging to the same theology. And although they serve different purposes, I believe that they complement each other thematically rather than contradict. I am equally as interested in all things sacred and holy as I am all things dark and demonic, so expect to see more of this theme in our future music. Goodbye.